welcome back. It's always great to see our friend Georgia Kester from Ruby Supplements at Price Cutter. Good morning.
Good morning. It's so lovely to meet you and good to see you guys again.
Yes. The first of many encounters we shall all have together.
For sure.
Yes.
Yes.
So last time you were on, Georgia, we actually got a viewer question for you.
Yes.
I forgot to forward it to you till yesterday.
Okay.
But better late than never. Let's take a look at our viewer question. If you have questions, you can always go to our social media. Beth Duckworth, Beth, I hope you're watching, said, please ask Georgia if there are any supplements that help with seasonal allergies.
Yes, there are. And to be honest, I would recommend something that has a local honey in it. So we have something from Elderberry Farms, which is a local company, and it has honey, elderberry. Elderberry is fantastic for those immunity suffering allergy things that we get every year. So elderberries have the anthocyanins. I think I said that wrong, but
I mean, hey, got me.
But basically, they're high in antioxidants, so it's going to help with that immunity boosting element to it.
Oh, wow.
So I would recommend that. NAC, which is N-acetylcysteine, which is an amino acid that'll help with that as well. We also have a product from Bluebonnet called Just Breathe, which has a combination of things. So it has NAC and a few other items in it that are going to help with those allergies, get that swelling down. So recommend that. And then there was one more thing. I can't remember. I think it was Just Breathe, NAC.
Elderberry.
And elderberry. And those are my top picks.
Okay.
So that's what I would recommend. And spirulina, which actually has a natural antihistamine in it. So it acts as like the cetrizine, which would be Zyrtec or Xyzal.
Oh, okay.
So that's a fantastic way to get that naturally. And you would have to build it up over time. It's not something you can just take immediately. But,
Gotcha.
yeah. But yeah.
Well, I hope that helps.
Yeah.
We love your questions, though.
Right?
Yeah.
I just learned so much. I feel like I got a degree in something. I don't know how to pronounce it.
That's awesome. So, but Georgia, what are you talking about today?
So next month is National Autism Awareness Month. And I kind of wanted to bring on some items that might help somebody who is on the spectrum. So that can range from autism, ADHD, bipolar disorder. I mean, obviously consult with your doctor first, but I brought some items on that can help with just basic needs like digestion, because oftentimes, you know, if we're on the spectrum, it's, you know, we have digestion issues because we're a little picky, you know, and sometimes textures don't feel right. So like we may not have a certain food that has, you know, supplemental needs that we need. So these are kind of to help fill in those gaps with different things. So at this end, I've got vitamin B6. And B6, if you take this, there's an enzyme called PLP that helps to break that down. And that is the precursor to dopamine. So a lot of us lack dopamine, but especially if you are on the spectrum, you might have less dopamine or access to dopamine. Mm-hmm. So that'll help you kind of to get that kick started in your system. I mean, it's not a cure-all, but you know, it's something to help get that started naturally.
Yeah.
And with the B6, so we've got magnesium here. Magnesium helps with the digestion of that because some people are sensitive to B6. So it may not agree with your tummy. I'll put it that way. So
Yeah.
with the magnesium, though, I do want to advise everybody at home, just please be careful when you take magnesium, because if you take too much, you might be in the restroom a bit. So start out small and then go from there. So because some of these, like the glycinate, it says to do 4 pills, but I would start with maybe 1 or 2 and then work your way up from there. Gotcha. So these are also great for mental cognitive health, to kind of get those neurons firing and help with those neurotransmitters. Mm-hmm. So I've got this one because this is actually a combination of magnesium and a probiotic.
Oh.
So it makes it a little bit easier, especially if you don't want to take a bunch of stuff. So if you have a child who is like really does not like taking a lot of vitamins, a lot of pills, this is a fun way to do it with the gummies. And I know we discussed that's kind of like taking a Haribo gummy, like the little gummies you get in the bags.
That's my problem.
Yeah, I just eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, down the hatch.
It's like candy to me.
Yeah.
And this is a fun way to get that because you've got magnesium and your probiotic in it. And the probiotics help to get that information to the brain. So they call the gut the second brain. And so when you fill in those gaps, those nutritional gaps, and you heal the gut, then you can get all of the nutrients to your brain. So they call it the second messenger, the second brain.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that
How
before.
do you know if your gut needs to be cleaned? How would you know?
If you're having digestive issues, like let's say you have a lot of tummy trouble and you're having issues going to the restroom, or if you're going too much, this is a balancer. So even for people, for everyday use, I recommend a probiotic for everybody, hands down.
Okay.
Just because if you go too much or too little, that that can help regulate that. So it'll help fix whatever that issue is in there and get you regulated. So that's something I would recommend. And if you are in need, like especially after you have surgery or something like that, get a higher dose because you need to replenish what's been lost in there.
Where were you when I had my appendectomy a few weeks
Yeah,
ago?
right?
I needed you, Georgia.
Georgia.
I'm sorry.
It was all right.
She's here now. She's here now.
I'm here now, and I can bring some things,
Okay,
for,
thank
repair.
To heal.
And vitamin C, we all know that for immunity. So fantastic for immunity. This is going to help with some more digestive issues. So a lot of people don't think digestion when it comes to vitamin C, but
I don't.
It actually can help a lot of those nutrients kind of get in order. Okay. So which is fun. And immunity, increase your immunity, and then fill in that other nutritional gap and help with some of the digestion issues. Let's see, and then this is vitamin D3. So I've got the kids gummies and I've got regular gummies, and just depending on your needs and how much you need, some children kind of display aggravated behaviors or isolated behaviors if they aren't getting enough vitamin D. So chances are if your kid is not an introvert and they're kind of isolating themselves, maybe check on their vitamin D levels and kind of up those.
Okay.
I mean, check with your doctor first, obviously, but that's just something I've kind of learned. And I used to be a substitute teacher and a paraprofessional in the classroom. So like you kind of notice some gaps and it's like, oh, and they start feeling better when they have certain nutrients in their food and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I have to say, these look delicious.
they are. And if you want to crack it open, we can. So
Well, hey, we need some vitamin D.
D vitamin. Oh, and they're strawberry flavored. Okay,
Yum.
and get to this one really quick.
So this is a fish oil. So I did consult with our rep for this brand, and she said the 690 is probably one of the safer, not one of the safer, it is a safer one to take for kids. Oh. So even though adults can take this one, I would say somebody who might have ADHD, I would recommend a higher EPA level. So it's more of a nutrient that kind of helps those neurotransmitters to communicate and get those neurons firing. So it kind of helps to eliminate that brain fog. And so, and even in people who might be neurotypical, like we have issues with brain fog. So that's something that can help everybody. So
Georgia, you are a fountain of knowledge.
Seriously,
Said it
thank you.
before, I'll say it again.
I need all of it. Brain fog,
Yeah.
digestive care, health.
Make sure you head to Ruby Supplements at Price Cutter on East Battlefield and West Republic Road, and Georgia will be happy to help you.
all right.
Yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
thank you.
Thank you so much. And don't go anywhere. We got a fun little game coming up where we're blind.
Yeah.
But
Can you play?
You need to see
Yes,
it to
I
believe
can.
it.
Okay, stay
Yes.
in place.